Hola, me llamo Zacarías de la Rocha, aquí en el casa de Leon Trotsky, and I want to just extend my heart.
At that time, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So great. A lot to talk about. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Zack de la Rocha isn't just a rock star. He's the thunderous voice that turned rage into rebellion. From electrifying stadiums with Rage Against the Machine to standing on front lines of protest, his journey reveals a life where music collides with activism and fame meets unshakable conviction. The voice of rage, early life, and musical roots. Zack de la Rocha was shaped by heritage, hardship, and art long before he commanded global stages. Born in Long Beach, California, he grew up surrounded by powerful cultural influences. His father, an artist and activist, exposed him early to themes of identity and struggle, while his Mexican-American roots instilled pride and defiance. By his teenage years, Zack had immersed himself in the hardcore punk scene, drawing inspiration from bands that valued intensity and raw expression over polish. Guitar gave way to lyrics, and his focus shifted toward words that cut deep. His upbringing instilled not just an ear for rhythm, but also an understanding that music could serve as a form of resistance. These roots planted the seeds for the revolutionary frontman he would become, blending anger, art, and activism into a singular, unforgettable voice. Rise of Rage Against the Machine, breaking the mold. When Zack joined forces with Tom Morello, Tim Comerford, and Brad Wilk in the early 1990s, the result wasn't just a band, it was a movement. Rage Against the Machine fused rap, metal, and revolutionary lyrics in ways the industry had never seen before. Their debut album in 1992 became a blueprint for political rock, smashing conventions by addressing oppression, inequality, and corporate exploitation with unapologetic force. Rage didn't just perform, they challenged the system at every concert, turning stages into battlegrounds of thought. The band broke commercial molds too, achieving massive mainstream success while staying fiercely uncompromising in message. They represented more than entertainment, they were a call to action, demanding fans see the world differently. This rise wasn't smooth, but it forever changed how music could confront power and politics without losing its edge. Lyrics as weapons, political messages in his music. Zack's lyrics were never casual. They were weapons of protest, aimed at injustice and systems of control. Songs like Killing in the Name and Testify weren't written to entertain. They were designed to ignite resistance. Each line carried urgency, often referencing racism, police brutality, and corporate greed. Unlike typical rock frontmen, Zack didn't hide behind metaphor. His words were direct, unfiltered, and meant to provoke reaction. By channeling his anger into poetic rhythm, he gave disenfranchised voices a megaphone, turning concerts into rallies. His lyrical style blurred the boundary between music and manifesto, leaving audiences questioning the world around them. More than just catchy lines, his verses became anthems of defiance, inspiring generations to chant, protest, and stand against oppression. For Zack, lyrics weren't just songs, they were statements of survival and revolution. Activism beyond the stage, protests, movements, and causes. Zack's activism extended far beyond the microphone. He stood shoulder to shoulder with workers, immigrants, and indigenous communities, using his platform to amplify struggles that mainstream media often ignored. He joined protests against sweatshops, police violence, and U.S. foreign policy, blending celebrity visibility with grassroots action. Not content with symbolic gestures, Zack contributed time, resources, and solidarity to movements demanding real change. His involvement wasn't for show, he took personal risks, speaking out against institutions that many artists avoided. Whether supporting Zapatista rebels in Mexico or advocating for social justice in the United States, he consistently aligned himself with underdogs in the fight for dignity and equality. His activism made clear that his message was not confined to albums or arenas. Zack embodied the idea that art and activism can be inseparable forces for transformation. Conflicts, breakups, and the price of staying true. Zack's uncompromising nature came with a cost. Rage Against the Machine's fiery chemistry often spilled into creative conflicts, with Zack clashing over direction, image, and politics. By 2000, tensions reached a breaking point, leading to his dramatic departure. His refusal to compromise integrity meant walking away from one of the world's most powerful bands at their peak. For fans, the split was heartbreaking, but for Zack, it was about preserving authenticity. Reunions happened sporadically, proving the power of their bond, yet disagreements repeatedly resurfaced. Zack showed that maintaining true to one's values sometimes means sacrificing fame and fortune. Unlike artists who adapt for commercial survival, he often chose silence over inauthentic expression. These struggles revealed the heavy burden of being both an artist and activist, a man unwilling to dilute his message, no matter the cost. Lifestyle choices, privacy, simplicity, and low-key living. While many rock icons flaunted luxury mansions and high-profile scandals, Zack de la Rocha charted a different path. Known for guarding his privacy, he lived a life largely away from the cameras. Instead of extravagance, his lifestyle reflected simplicity and modesty, aligning with his activist principles. Zack rarely embraced the celebrity machine, avoiding excessive interviews or red carpet appearances. His choices highlighted a commitment to values over vanity, demonstrating that not every star craves the spotlight. He channeled energy into personal passions, creative work, and activism rather than fame-driven pursuits. For fans expecting tales of indulgence, Zack offered a striking contrast, a reminder that integrity often means rejecting the trappings of wealth. His low-key life became as symbolic as his music, proving that true power lies in authenticity, purpose, and restraint rather than material excess. Legacy of resistance. Zack de la Rocha's influence transcends music. He became a symbol of defiance, inspiring countless bands, activists, and fans to confront injustice with courage. Rage Against the Machine's fusion of music and politics paved the way for artists like System of a Down, Run the Jewels, and countless political rappers. Beyond the stage, Zack's unwavering stance validated the idea that celebrities can play meaningful roles in social movements. His refusal to chase commercial trends earned respect from both peers and activists. Even with long absences from the spotlight, his name carries weight as a figure who stood for resistance, justice, and authenticity. His story reminds the world that true legacy isn't measured only in chart success, but in the cultural fire sparked by words and actions that continue to inspire long after the music fades. Zack de la Rocha's story proves that music can be louder than money, and conviction stronger than fame. His rage became a movement. His voice was a weapon for change. If this journey inspired you, like the video, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more untold stories of music legends.